A game bar pops up to introduce a place where dreams come true. The name is Dreamside, which is currently the #1 trending game in terms of its popularity with online game players. It is a national game played by everyone including idols, actors and politicians regardless of who you are and your age. The game asks for his name and Kong, one of Dreamside's player inputs his name as K. The game welcomes K and introduces him to the channel 0114 where his dream can come true. K claims to be the owner of the #1 ranking player which no one dares to surpass. However shortly, the game announces channel 0114 to be closing soon. In the real world, K realizes today is the release date of Dreamside 2 and is impressed at the appearance of the game in front of him. The game announces channel 0115 has been created for him and this is Earth. K is confused but recalls completing the express delivery of the game 30 minutes ago which makes him excited and rushes to go pick up the game but suddenly he gets stuck in the lift. The emergency button did not work and he could not get through to 911, and while he is waiting nervously, the game bar appears again before him, urging him to press the confirm button. He taps on the confirm button out of curiosity as a gamer nerd, and he is given a quest immediately. The quest is to escape the lift, which will soon be devoured by parasites within 1 minute. Failure to complete the quest is death. K panics after the announcement of death upon failure, and laments how things are going bad, only to look back to see parasites moving towards him from nowhere making him more terrified. One of the parasite bites on his skin making him scream out loud, drawing passerbys' attention. He successfully escapes and is congratulated by the game. In return K receives a long sword as reward. K thought that this is the end of the game, as he could not find any parasite in sight. Suddenly, he saw a portal that comes out during the game's release behind the lift door. K wonders what is going on with the quest screen, till he saw a red-eye monster looking at him, making him terrified. Suddenly, a goblin springs out to attack him. Kel got extremely terrified and feels the pain from the attack and realizes it was real. His health bar decreases to less than half. He thought of running away but doesn't know how and where he could run to. He realizes that he will die if he gets hit again when he is trying to run with less than half of his health remaining. The goblin growls, making K realize he is going to die. In this instance, K realized how small size the goblin is. The goblin carries a huge hammer as a weapon. K gets distracted by the goblin who strikes him the second time but he narrowly escapes this time. He is scared knowing one more hit from the goblin can be the end for him, and decide to stop thinking and run. K tries to use the stairs but it is locked by the game. The game announces that he is in the tutorial area so the stairs is restricted and it dawns upon him that all exits are blocked and there is nowhere to run. The goblin spins and throws his hammer at K which he luckily dodges, making the hammer stuck in the wall. K got more frightened and screams as he is going to die when the goblin runs towards him. Suddenly, the game screen pops up in front on him telling him his account has been linked and his shutdown reward has been delivered which will adjust because it is greatly beyond his current level. K wonders what is going on and suddenly starts feeling calm. He realizes he received the calmness skill but does not know how he activated it because he did not touch anything. The goblin aggressively charges at K, making him realize that the goblin is from an F-ranked dungeon and he would have ignored it, if it is in the Dreamside game. His chances of losing to the goblin is 0%. The goblin attempts to strike K again but he already knows he has an upper hand against the goblin. Before the goblin could successfully strike, it is stopped by K's sword. Its hammer fell and it dies. K asks if that is all but recalls that if this is like the game, there will be at least 5 more of them which is true. He starts to self-motivate himself in order to defeat them. He grips his sword firmly and stares fiercely at them. K taunts at them as they fight and kills them by slashing them in half or beheading them. The game announces that he already exceeds the requirements for the quest, and gets the title of Mean Slaughterer. He is also informed that the 13th floor is free from monsters. The game tells him the hammered goblins despise him and he obtains a shabby bag as a reward for the completed quest. K realizes this is all a game, making him recall today is the official release date for the game and wonders why he is so calm but remembers it is from back then. All the dead goblins disappears and Kay asks the game for the stats. The stats appears right in front of him and he exclaims how nice it was. The stats shows his information and his skill heavenly body, but the skill is restricted because of his low level and calmness was activated for him. He wonders why he has heavenly body skill that he grinded for a month and exclaims that he used to be a crazy bastard back then. He exclaims if this could be the shutdown reward. Dream Side is a modern lousy game that used to be massively popular, and the reason why the game failed is because of its extreme difficulty and you must type in each individual command every time you cast a spell. In the end, there are a lot of new users who quit because they are unable to adjust to the mechanics. It is called a lousy game because there are only 3 lives and if you died 3 times, your character is deleted, and that is why there are barely any advanced players and there are huge disparities between the top rankers as well. The top 12 rankers are inhuman and are considered god tier users, also known as the ones above the heavens. The number 1 ranker is none other than K. Their server shuts down after 5 years and a poll is hosted on their homepage to choose any item the players wish to bring over to Dream Side 2. It is called the server shutdown reward, and that's how the server of Dream Side was shut down. But K never expects to receive the shutdown reward this way, and if he knows he would have selected a mythic item, but he brought back 3 most important things. He is denied access to heavenly body and is told that he can use the skill partially, as it will auto-activate when the criteria has been met. Kay exclaims how natural the sword felt and he begins to feel something he has not felt before while playing the game. His mind is calm as a river and calmness is an attribute of the heavenly body. Kay recalls having 2 other rewards but are unable to use them as they are late-game items. He decides to think about them later as he won't be able to use it at his present level. He is surprised when the game informs him of another parasite appearance and he must escape from the building that will soon turn into a dungeon. He has 10 minutes and the punishment is death upon failure again. In response, Kay stands there staring at the screen nervously and asks for break time. In the basement, the goblin's boss is seen with other little goblins as the game announces the appearance of a boss soon. The surrounding is seen empty and the ceilings are cracked. A schoolgirl looks up to see the shaking ceiling, but she thought she must be mistaken. As she reaches out to the lift, she is stopped by a goblin, shocking her greatly. Suddenly, more goblins start to appear in people's house and the people wonder what is going on. The goblins attack them and a man yells at everyone to run because they are under attack by monsters. Kay heard the noise and wonders if the quest has already begun. He is informed of having 10 minutes left by the game. Kay knows that if this game is real then more goblins with hammer will be summoned and more people will die. Dungeonization is a situation where the area is swam by monsters and the core concepts of Dream Side is explained. Kay knows that non-players will be unable to defend themselves against the hammered goblins as the building is to be dungeonized. He thinks of a solution, and realized if he clears the goblins on level 13 and other goblins are not coming there, it means they cannot leave their current floor. Kay thought of escaping through the exit to clear the quest, but in order to clear it, he needs to make it to the roof when he heard sounds of people screaming for help. He walks out to see corpses all over the hallway and knows the building is part of the sequence to be dungeonized. Kay wanted to go the next building through the roof but thought of the other people left in the building. He thought that the only method, Kay the top ranker in the game will use is the best method. And that is to save everyone. He concludes full of courage that he won't escape from this build but instead raid the dungeon. He recalls that in the tutorial, the dungeon boss hates light and inhabits the basement floor and the only way to get there in 10 minutes is to go through the portal that was created after parasitization. He explains that the reason why the portal is created is because the parasitization stopped. He activates his calmness skill and decides give it a try. Kay goes into the portal with his hands first followed by his whole body. He is informed by the game of discovering nature's infected hidden seed room. He went to a dark hall with his eyes closed and when he opens them, Kay found himself in the basement parking lot. He smiles after his guess is right and wonders if the game will be different because it is a new season, but realizes that the game in becoming reality is different itself. He sees some goblins on patrol, becomes scared and took cover in order not to get caught. He sees a goblin going through a portal and realizes that is what they use to go up. In order to save everyone, he needs to block the portal and kill the boss. Suddenly the huge boss goblin passes by with a very huge hammer, wearing a torn short with a huge gold ring on its ears with mean looks and scary blue eyes. Kay is surprised at how big it is in real life and wonders if it is really a goblin. He imagined it looking like a Hulk in the movies and concludes it is the dungeon's boss before the dungeonization progresses. In the tutorial before the dungeonization is completed, there is a different raid tactic for this situation, and in order to do that, he needs more time. Kay asks the game how much time is left and is informed of having 2 minutes and 17 seconds left. He waits till the time depletes to 1 minute. When it is 1 minute, the goblins will have shortness of breath. He approached the boss when it is trying to breathe. Kay activates his calmness skill and runs to distract the little goblins who pursues him. In the last minute, the boss stops moving and have difficulty breathing temporarily. There are lots of people who played using this moment, but Kay was not sure if it is something he can use to his advantage. He decides to give it a shot with the little goblins chasing after him. Kay needs to misdirect and tricks the little goblins and thinks of a good place and decide to go on the white car in front of him. He jumps on the car, making the goblins more furious, but their sensitivity is decreased. The game announces that the title of Coward Slaughter have been applied. It was a title he equips earlier before he confront the boss, and due to this rage the goblin's situational judgment becomes weaker. All the little goblins wanders off, not able to sense his presence anymore. The boss goblin walks towards Kay, will rage and attacks him, but Kay escapes narrowly and wonders if the goblin's shortness of breath already faded. He realizes that the goblin boss is moving by force and decides to finish him before he can move more. He screams while attacking the goblin boss and finally detaching the goblin boss's head from its body with his sword and a blank expression on his face. Is the rest of the outside world affected by this game? Will Kay be able to save everyone? If you want the next part, kindly leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.